최고!
Hello, welcome to Super Media All-Stars. We got a great show for you today. This is our first movie podcast of 2018, and it's going to be the top 10 movies of 2017. I'm your host, John Harris, and today I'm joined by three other All-Stars. First one being Jake Boston.
Bullseye is ready!
Anthony Borich.
You thought that was fitting?
And Brent Harris.
You're listening to Old Time Radio!
Guys, it's our first time we talked about movies in 2018. We've had a whole, 6 months with the podcast. We've talked about movies. Some good movies we saw, some bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
But how you guys feeling about our subject
I'm going to
tonight?
turn that off. We're watching as well.
Yeah. How you feeling about our list tonight, guys?
I feel pretty good. I've been working on this list for like 2 weeks now.
So how this podcast is going to work is we've each made our own individual list, but we're also going to go over the top SMAS-IE Awards. We've got categories for the movies of 2017, and we're going to see where each of us kind of falls on that line, and we've got to come to a consensus of which movie fits that category.
Hello, Kevin Leffler.
Oh, hi!
So we've had time to look at all these movies. We've made our own list. Guys, you feeling confident about your picks tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. It took me a long time to figure it out, and even today I was like rearranging some things in order, but I got it. I'm good.
Yeah, so this is going to be a natural podcast. We're also on Facebook Live, so please shoot us your comments, all your feedback as we go.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do our best to answer them as we go.
Hopefully nobody comes on. We all look awful.
So
friendless.
But getting back,
Kevin Brent is for sale.
but getting back to our normal routine, have you guys checked out anything good lately since we've recorded last?
I don't know about good or not. I've been rewatching a lot of movies that came out this year just to see if they hold up on my list and everything. But
Yeah, so have I.
yeah, a new movie that just came out on Netflix that I watched for the first time with my daughter is Captain Underpants, the epic first movie.
And how was that?
Way better than I thought it would be.
Oh, really?
I'm a big fan of the book that came out. It came out when I was a kid. It came out when I was like 8 or 9, and I read like the first 4. I was so in like 7th grade. I did a book report on one of the Captain Underpants books, and my teacher hated it. Like, you're too old to be reading these. Like, I don't care. These are amazing. But yeah, the movie has a lot of like little fun references from the books. It covers like the first 4 books. It's good. I liked it quite a bit, way more than I thought I would.
I rewatched Get Out. It just came out on last Tuesday, so I rewatched that.
Oh yeah.
Rewatched Logan. And for no reason, I watched the Pokemon movie last night. Just because, why not?
That's a very
told me
random.
that he was watching it. I'm like, why don't you tell me? Those are things that you just keep to yourself.
Anthony, have you checked out anything?
Let's see. I rewatched it. What else? I know you guys hate it, but I've been rewatching Big Mouth. It really is funny. It's
Again?
stupid funny.
You're rewatching it? You
Yep.
watched it for the first time
Yep.
and was such a big fan. You said, like, yeah, I'm going to give this another shot and watch all of it again.
Yep, I liked it. I think it's funny.
Ugh.
That's crazy.
You just watched it for the first time like 6 months ago.
I know.
I don't think it was 6 months ago. I think it came out this fall.
Yeah. I think it came out in October.
Yep, it was fun.
Damn.
It's stupid, but whatever.
Uh-huh.
Last time we talked, it was the Shape of Water we had reviewed.
Yeah.
Since then, Jumanji's came out. There's been a few other small ones that have come out, but Jumanji's pretty much been dominating the box office.
Yeah, it has.
People have been saying it's pretty good.
Yeah, and none of you guys wanted to go see it with me.
And it had no appeal to me.
I have standards.
No. That's why you sit. That's why you sit in those D-box seats. Just
Yeah.
get 4D experience in the theater.
So yeah, just a news real quick that Jumanji ended up coming up in the top 10 grossing films of 2017.
Yeah, and it came out like a week before Christmas.
Which does that count?
That doesn't count.
No, it counts. Like American Sniper came out like 2 years ago, and it was the #1 grossing movie, even though it came out like last week of December. It was stupid.
Yeah, I don't. It bothers me that Jumanji's in the top 2017. It took out Logan. The top 10.
People should have went out and saw Logan more.
I guess.
Yeah.
But no.
Jumanji is a hit. The Rock is the best. Kevin Hart is just a superstar. Just skyrocketing.
Nah, not for me.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Jack Black is hilarious as a woman. Just great.
Well, that being said, should we go ahead and jump into the SMAS-IE Awards themselves?
Let's do it.
Yes, please.
So our first award on our agenda is going to be the best action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake, you kind of put this list together, but can you read the category or the we call it contestants?
Yeah.
The nominees for
The nominees for Best Action Movie for the SMAS-IEs are Dunkirk, Baby Driver, Kong Skull Island, Atomic Blonde, The Fate of the Furious, John Wick Chapter 2, and Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Any first impressions you guys need to jump to? I'm going to go ahead and say that I think Kong Skull Island doesn't have enough action.
Excuse me?
I would automatically throw that one out too.
All right.
That's crazy.
How is that the first thing we're talking about, or the Fate of the Furious? Why is that even in
That's
this?
total action.
How
many of you
I
have seen
forgot
that
who
in here?
created this. Yeah, that's out.
If we
I
didn't
hope
throw,
you know that's not winning.
if we didn't throw in Fate of the Furious for Best Action Movie, we would have seen uproars in the comments. No way. It needs to be on
Maybe
there.
you put that in the best family movie because it's about family, right?
No. Spoilers, we don't have a best family movie in the SMAS-IEs. Yeah.
That gets into the best animated later. Don't worry about it.
That's true. So, guys, I guess let's open up the panel. First thoughts on this category. My first impression is I really like Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Dunkirk had historical, good action.
Sure did.
I liked Baby Driver was okay for me, but it had good action.
Okay.
I did not like Atomic Blonde. I was not a fan of Atomic Blonde whatsoever.
The only reason why I put that on here is because that was like one of the first movies we reviewed in the podcast, so I thought I'd throw it a bone.
So Kevin Leffler says Kingsman. Kevin, we have Kingsman in another category. I don't know.
Kingsman's action.
Oh yeah, we did do it in action, didn't we?
Yeah,
It was a decent movie.
That was a good one.
and had good action.
it was
Does
good.
everyone want to step up first and say which they think should win this award?
I'm in between Dunkirk and Baby Driver, personally,
Agreed.
and I think it's hard because Dunkirk was like the better movie-going experience for me, but Baby Driver, I think I will watch more often and enjoy more often.
That's true.
So I think I'm going to go with Baby Driver. I think I'm just going to throw it out there. My vote will be for Baby Driver. I rewatched it, and I liked it way more the second time than I did the first. Did any of you guys
I haven't
rewatch
watched
it?
I have
watched
rewatched it, and it does. It holds up.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't rewatched
honestly, it's between that, and I know you guys aren't going to support me on this one, but Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, no way. No way at all. And no, we're not talking about John Wick Chapter 2 because I think I'm the only person who's seen it in
Yeah,
here.
I didn't see it.
I watched half of it.
Yeah, just half?
Yeah.
It's on HBO, right?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
That or Netflix, one of the two.
You weren't a big fan of it, or?
No.
Really?
No, not at all.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
Dunkirk did not live up to your wife's expectations.
No, my wife did not like Dunkirk whatsoever. Yeah. And spoilers, I watched it.
Good input.
Yeah, I watched it with her, and I kind of fell asleep a little bit. When I watched it in the theater, I was so riveted, and like the sound was just like embellishing my body.
Yeah.
But at home, I'm just like, okay, I've seen this before, and it's a lesser experience, and
Does
And he says John Wick is better. You're out of your mind.
kind of thought he was. Yeah.
does historical action hold any merit over fictional action?
I don't think so. It's an action movie.
Well, I
There's a
think
question we have to ask.
I think that's pretty obvious that you give it to Baby Driver, but you really like car movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're okay. I'm a big Edgar Wright fan. And
Yeah,
at first, when I went out of the theater, I thought this was like his worst movie, I guess I'll say. But rewatching it, it's right up there with me with like Shaun of the Dead and Scott Pilgrim. It's really fucking good.
So it's safe to say we can cut Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, definitely.
Fate of the Furious is out.
Unfortunately,
Did you
But
see
Skull
Atomic
Island's
Blonde?
out.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, Kong Skull Island's out.
What?
So you just counted out.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
John Wick Chapter 2 is known for its action, but none of us have seen it.
I've
Not
seen
so
it.
great. Not just to weigh on in on it.
I like the first one better. That's why I'm okay with throwing it out for this one.
The fighting scenes aren't that great.
All right, we'll throw it out.
That's crazy talk. Number
Throw it
one.
out.
It's not even believable.
Okay, next. I could fight you all day on this, but I won't.
So I think it's safe to say between Dunkirk, Baby Driver, and Kingsman. But you two are already set on Baby Driver.
Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty dead set on
I
it.
like Kingsman too, but I would watch Baby Driver and vote for Baby Driver over Kingsman.
Again, I liked Kingsman, the Secret Service, better than Kingsman, the Golden Circle. There were a lot of big weaknesses for the Golden Circle for me.
Yeah, there were.
Trent, what are you thinking?
Oh, it's tough.
I really like Dunkirk. And as far as action and overall movie experience, I'm going to go Dunkirk.
Oh, God. So I either tie it or sway it one way.
Like,
I don't know what we do for a tie.
Like, I loved every aspect of the aerial battles in Dunkirk.
It's really good.
Adam is asking the list again. Will you read it one more time for
Yeah,
our
the
watchers?
list for best action movie is Dunkirk, Baby Driver, Kong Skull Island, Atomic Blonde, The Fate of the Furious, John Wick Chapter 2, and Kingsman: The Golden Circle. And I think right now it's in between Dunkirk and Baby Driver.
And I'm Dunkirk. These Jake and Anthony are Baby Driver.
Very
Waiting
much so.
for Brent to be a tiebreaker or a
Best
tie.
action movie.
Yep,
And Andy, I will hold on to your top 10 until the end as well.
nice.
That's so tough.
We got to pick one. It's only a live feed
Yeah,
recording,
yeah.
so
And Adam Miller says Dunkirk or die.
Whoa,
So-
that's harsh.
if it comes down to a tie, we're going to go on the audience for the tiebreaker.
I guess that's what we're doing.
How else are we going to rate it?
I think that's the only way we can.
Yeah. All right, Brent.
That's tough, though.
All right, so I thoroughly enjoyed Baby Driver, the whole thing,
Hmm
every part of the action movie.
Yeah.
Dunkirk was really good for the action,
It was.
but the story was kind of a little bit lackluster.
No pressure,
I'm
Brent.
going to give it to Dunkirk because of
Oh, no.
the actual movie experience in the movie theater.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it takes it from
So
me.
since we have a tie, I say before we throw it to the audience, we have to try to persuade each other to vote the other way.
Okay.
Because I do think Dunkirk was a damn good action movie. No, I mean Land, Air, and Sea. It told 3 different perspectives over 3 different time periods
Yeah.
in one movie. It intertwined pretty damn well.
Baby Driver has some very edgy action scenes.
Yeah.
But I'll take giant Nolan or IMAX looking film over edgy shots any day.
And my thing is Baby Driver. I would watch that way more often.
Yeah.
But I kind of think of Baby Driver as an action comedy,
Yeah.
and Dunkirk is straight up action.
So Adam Miller says Baby Driver was decent, though. Andy Guild says 75% of these fools have not seen John Wick Chapter 2.
I know. Tell me
And
about it,
then
Andy.
Kevin Leffler said, please, not Baby Driver.
Oh, okay.
So the audience is leaning towards Dunkirk.
I'm really okay with going over to Dunkirk for best action movie.
Anthony, can you handle that?
I can handle that.
We going Dunkirk?
Dunkirk, final answer.
Dunkirk.
Bring it in.
The best action movie from SMAS-IE
The SMAS-IE!
Media All-Stars. I'm okay with that.
Hello, John. Thanks for joining.
Alright, we gotta jump to the next category, and that is gonna be the best horror movie of 2017. Jake, take it over.
Our nominees for best horror movie are Get Out, It Comes at Night, A Cure for Wellness, Happy Death Day, Annabelle Creation, and Split.
So, as a group, we saw Get Out, we saw It.
Did we see? I saw it without you guys.
Yeah,
We
saw
all
that
have
too.
seen it though.
Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
seen it, yes.
Did anybody see It Comes at Night?
No.
No.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, I
did
did.
anybody see A Cure for Wellness?
Yes. That was one of my biggest surprises of this year.
Okay,
Because that movie got panned.
What's the premise of that movie? I don't
that's
even
the
know.
mental institution one.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. It's from the guy who directed Pirates of the Caribbean and Lone Ranger.
Yeah, that sounds appalling.
Okay, but yes,
Uh,
those movies aren't usually great, but they look amazing. This one had a really good script, and the last half hour is just holy fuck, I can't believe this movie's going where it does.
Andy says It Comes at Night was just the porn version of it.
We all saw Happy Death Day. Did anybody see Annabelle Creation?
No.
No.
It looked scary, but nobody saw it.
Yeah, the only reason I put it on here is because when I rewatched it, Annabelle Creation looked amazing in
Yeah.
the trailer,
Yeah.
and I just kind of wrote it off.
Yeah, I'm right there
It
with
looks
you.
pretty good.
I'm not a big fan of doll scary movies, so I didn't give it a chance.
Oh, that's a huge genre, John. So you just don't like Child's Play
No, I actually despise that series.
because you're scared of it, or why?
I don't like dolls moving or
Oh,
talking.
John.
Yeah,
It's okay. They won't get you.
still not a big Chucky fan. And Split. We all saw Split.
Yeah, we
What
did.
else? Split.
So, is it safe to say we got to come out or cut It Comes at Night because we can't really debate on the merits of that scary.
Definitely, yep. Throw it up.
Yep.
Cure for Wellness as well.
Cure for Wellness is out.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's the best, but it's really fucking good, and I think people should see it.
Yep. Annabelle Creations is out because we did not see that.
But that's so creepy.
So it leads it to Get Out, It, and Split.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day
Oh, Happy Death Day.
Yeah.
is more of a comedy to me.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Because if you get, I'm not sure the
I
audience.
wouldn't give
that.
it over the 3 that are listed.
Yeah.
It was good.
We talked
It
about
was fun.
We talked about a previous podcast, but it's literally a Groundhog's Day remake.
Yeah,
but
that's
still
which is fun.
borderline comedy.
Actually, if we
Oh yeah.
probably we should probably put that in comedy. If we put that in comedy, that would give it to the.
Now there's enough. Well,
I would say it's more horror than comedy though.
yeah, I would argue that too.
Okay.
It's not everybody may find it funny. That you can argue that too.
Yeah.
So Happy Death Day is out. So we're down to Get Out, It, and Split.
Yep.
Mhm.
Those are the 3.
Those are really good movies.
They are
Yeah.
very good movies.
I'll just tell you right
I know
now,
what I'm voting for.
2 out of these 3 movies are in my top 10.
Yeah.
But all 3 were in my top 10 at one point.
All 3 of these movies are in my top 10.
They're so good.
Yeah.
So can I make the argument that Split is more of a drama psycho thriller?
Yeah, it's more like a psychological thriller movie
Yeah.
than horror.
Yeah.
I guess I could see that. Yeah, if we want to get super technical.
I'm
For
trying to weed out some stuff here.
Okay.
So Adam is saying It is the coming age film. Split is borderline more thriller than horror. Get Out
Yeah.
is the prime horror movie. Trailblazer helped redline horror.
According to the Golden Globes, Get Out is a comedy, so I think we should throw that out.
That's true, too.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Kevin Leffler is saying Split. Bill Sutter Sr. is saying Split as well. Hello, Bill. Thanks for joining us.
So
This one's hard.
I guess did you guys find Get Out scary?
No, but it was like it had me on the edge of my seat pretty much the last half of the movie.
And there, you know what? I love that it didn't have a lot of jump out moments in
well,
it.
there were some
And
parts
that
where I'm
made
like,
it a good,
Yeah.
scary movie. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't know. Get Out had a lot of like, what the fuck's going on type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of messes with your head a little bit. I mean, that's kind of in the same boat as Split, though. You're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm going to make the argument that I found it actually scary.
Okay.
It had me on the end of edge of my seats and kind of like looking away from the screen because
Sure.
I don't do well with scary movies. I'll just when everybody knows that by now. And it had me looking away from the TV because I was afraid it was going to come next.
Jake, you need to wave and say hello to your mother.
Oh, hi, Mom. Scary movies.
How embarrassing.
Mhm.
Yes, Adam, we're not fans of jump scares either. I think it's a cheap.
They're
way to
super
get it.
cheap, for sure.
I'm okay
It
with
had
them.
some
A
jump
couple,
scares.
and I wouldn't. I
Well,
don't. I
for
don't
you,
want to say
that's
that
like
at all.
6, but for everyone else, it's like 1 or 2.
I don't want to say that at all.
It had a very
did
good-
a great job, and your wife agrees that it needs to be hit.
Yeah.
Okay, the
It had very
And
disturbing.
Kevin's over clowns.
the scene in the garage where
Okay,
it comes out of the
That's
screen.
one of the
starts-
most messed
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
Well,
that was great.
The bathroom scene.
Oh
Where
god,
she
the
just
open
turns
mouth.
and-
Oh
It's
god.
so good. Yeah. And after rewatching it, it's just as good as what it was the
Yeah, we
first
and Ray
time.
were watching it, and I kept saying, "Oh God!" And I kept turning my face away from the TV.
He's a huge buzz.
Just like
Yeah,
the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey
The
Lochner
big-
saying it. Your mom's saying hi, and she waved.
Great.
So are we?
Yeah, let's just say it.
It's
That's
it?
that's what I'm going for.
It's
Is that what we're
the
doing?
Yeah.
Clear winner.
We all just say how much we love that movie.
It was so good.
Really, really fucking good.
I couldn't wait until it came out.
Yeah.
Our next category is a big one. There's a lot of movies that came out this year for it, and that is the best superhero movie of 2017.
Yeah. There were 6 superhero movies that came out this year. It's fucking crazy.
It's gonna be crazy again
Yeah.
this year.
Our nominees for best superhero movie are Logan, Thor Ragnarok, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man Homecoming, Justice League, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Okay, guys, where do we go? Where do we
Right,
start?
right, Adam. ODM is right.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
mediocre movies that do.
There's also some good ones.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to vote
You
for.
see,
already.
I know what I am too.
Should we like all just like give out our nominations right away this time and then go from there? Or do we want
I
to
think
talk
that's-
through each
I
one?
think
Let's
that's fair.
let's
Like-
talk through each one.
Are you-
We need to weed out our list in a logical order.
Okay.
We all
No, I think me and Jake.
Okay, so obviously we can get rid of Justice League, right?
yes.
I think so as
Okay.
well. It's on
Start
there
with
just
that
because
one.
it was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your wife votes for Spider-Man. Okay.
Spider-Man was good.
It was very good.
Let's talk about Spider-Man Homecoming. It was very good.
A couple episodes I already stated that I think Spider-Man Homecoming is not as good as Spider-Man 2,
That's right.
but a decent movie on its own.
Yeah, but there have been 6 Spider-Man movies, so we have a lot to go off of.
Corey
Yeah.
Lochner saying Thor.
Thor was good too.
This was the best Thor movie by far.
That's not really saying much though either.
I'm just saying.
No. It was probably the best take on superhero movie to me.
Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
So that's your vote for best superhero movie this year?
Oh no. It's between.
But it's the best take?
So Adam,
I like the take on superhero movies. It's different.
Sure.
so Adam wants to split hairs and say that this should be a superhero movies and then comic book.
No way.
Movies.
No. That's way too hard.
Getting too technical.
We can't do
That's
that.
a little,
Yeah. We only have like 8 awards to give out, so we just bundled up all the superhero movies.
Let's real quick talk about Wonder Woman. I really liked Wonder Woman after its first showing.
Yeah.
But I think we've all had a discussion that Wonder Woman kind of lost its luster watching it a second time.
No, the third act, even the first time I watched it, was so horrible.
Did it come together well enough for you?
With spoilers, with Ares coming out as the final bad guy,
Yeah.
No.
that just did not play with the rest of the movie.
Not the fact that it was Ares, it's the choice of actor for Ares.
It's not even, it just didn't work for me at all.
Like the final fight scene and how he looked and all that jazz.
And yeah, just like the graphics that they used for it just didn't fit with the rest of the movie. It's just weird. It
Yeah.
felt like it was in a different movie.
Yeah, but yeah, that middle sequence where her taking the battlefield is one of the best scenes in a
Oh, yeah.
superhero movie, I would say.
Yeah, I would say definitely top 5 best scenes this year for superheroes. I love that trench scene. That was amazing.
That was one. I love that scene.
It was really good.
That and another great scene. One of my favorite scenes from action movies this year was also the final fight in Guardians, when him and his dad go at it. I know you guys don't like the scene as much as me.
Yeah, they went all like Matrix Revelations on you.
Yes, and I love Matrix Revelations, so that was awesome. I love that.
I don't know, the giant Pac-Man just reminded me of Pixels. Just
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
around
see, I don't like pixels, but I love that scene.
It felt a lot like the final scene from the Man of Steel. Or Man of Steel.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Him and his daughter going crazy in the city.
For sure. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 definitely went down on my list after a second viewing.
After watching it
Yeah.
again, it really does lose something.
The first time, it was fun. It was fine. I enjoyed it. The second time, it's just like, wow, once you know what's happening, you're
Yeah.
just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of slow moments in that movie.
And that's unfortunate. Because
Yeah.
you rewatch Split, and it kind of has the same thing where there's a big reveal, but that didn't take away from Split.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say,
No, with Guardians of the Galaxy, it did.
yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Adam saying John Wick too.
So we also need to talk about Logan. Logan for me is a great movie, and I think the endings. I watched it a second time, like a week ago, and the ending is still impactful as it was the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
But I gotta say the middle chunk of that movie is kind of slow and boring to me. For middle of Logan.
Oh, Kevin Jensen has joined us. Hello, Gavin.
Hey, bud.
Kevin, how are you?
It's a-
I totally disagree with that statement.
Okay.
Logan is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you're
And I don't think the second part is slow at all. You mean like when they get with that family?
yeah.
That portion?
Mhm.
no, even like the hotel scene, like that.
Oh, that scene's awesome.
like the final part of that hotel scene, but even like jumping between cars.
You get a lot of character building in that. That's why I liked Logan so much. It wasn't just like your run-of-the-mill comic book movie. It took itself damn seriously.
It wasn't much character building until the end, I would say.
No, I would say the weakest part was like when all the kids showed up. I didn't like that part pretty much at all. I mean, when they were running through the forest, I did, but like their whole like Hook clubhouse that they had,
Yeah, but
that drove me nuts.
But Logan didn't even change at all until the end.
Yeah, because
Kevin says, "What's up, guys?" And Logan was great, and John is dumb.
No, to each their own. But I would say, if you're talking about character development, Logan doesn't change until the end.
yeah, because he's stuck. He's like a curmudgeonly old man. Like he's just like stuck in his ways. Doesn't want to change. He's been through some shit.
Yeah, I would say you could cut out a good portion of Logan and still have an impactful, same meaning of experience of a movie.
So I think we went through all of the movies. We need to pick what our nominations are because
So
this
we
is
have-
getting heated.
Well,
and
we
I'm
have
ready to-
had quite a few people join us, so why don't we go through the list one more time of best superhero movie?
So the nominees for best superhero movie are Thor: Ragnarok, Logan, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Justice League.
Kevin, you're right. Patrick Stewart was very good in that.
He sure was. And the girl that came out of nowhere that played
I like the girl.
X-23,
She was great.
her first movie ever, and she knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I just thought the bad guys in that movie were not what I wanted.
Forgettable.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Dr. Sinister? Is that what he was supposed to be?
Mr. Sinister?
Mr.
No.
Sinister.
No.
Wasn't he?
No.
I thought that's what the doctor's name was.
I think the coolest bad guy was the replica of Logan.
That was okay.
Like he was
Kevin's saying
battling
Thor.
himself?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Like every scene with that was awesome.
So let's
Okay.
go ahead and go down the line
Yeah.
here. Brent, why don't you go ahead and kick it off? What is
All right.
your...
I loved Logan. but I got to give it to Spider-Man: Homecoming. That movie.
What?
Really?
I didn't consider that movie.
Let your brother speak, Joe.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Brent.
Brent.
Go ahead, Brent.
That I don't know what you're talking about. Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I guess it's it's good, but I love the new actor for Spider-Man series, and I think that was a near perfect take on Marvel movie.
Hi, Tina. Thanks for joining.
Jake?
I my pick is Logan for sure. It did something with superhero movies that really hasn't been done.
Sure.
The only reason why it works is because we've spent 17 years with the character. Hugh Jackman is played as Logan, and Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Like, there's a lot of shit that helped make this movie go above and beyond anything else. So,
Sure.
Mine by far is Logan.
It was nice to see finally a rated R movie.
It was
From
super
Logan.
nice, yeah.
So
Anthony?
This one's tough. I did like a lot of these, but I'm with Brent. This is Spider-Man.
Wow.
Oh,
This is
really?
That was my favorite.
Crazy.
I could not wait to own that movie, and it holds up.
That's
I
crazy.
watched it twice.
dude,
It is good.
I don't know, the monument scene. The whole scene's awesome. And then I loved Vulture.
I did too. He was great.
Well, I think with that being said, it's going to be Spider-Man because my vote was for Thor.
Damn.
Thor was a good one. And that's
Yeah.
what Kevin voted for Thor.
Why Thor?
Because Thor was, was it as serious as other superhero movies? Definitely not, but I actually probably enjoyed that more. I love almost anything Hulk. Even the original Hulk movie, 15 years ago, was decent for me. I know people don't like it. And I watched The Incredible Hulk the other night. Great. Anytime the Hulk's in the Avengers, that's my favorite part.
Whoa.
The Incredible Hulk is not great.
I like The Incredible
It's
Hulk.
the weakest MCU movie by far.
I like it. Just saying.
Hi, Brittany Bush. Thanks for joining.
But I would say, if that's the case, we have Spider-Man: Homecoming
That's what it's going to be.
taking the SMAS-IE Superhero Movie Award of 2017.
However,
All right, this one's a chunker of a
Yeah.
SMAS-IE award. And that
Yeah.
is the best animated movie of 2017.
Okay,
it's a good one.
I bloated this category because I'm pretty sure we all know what the winner is, but I just put out every animated movie that came out this year. So, nominees for best animated movie are Coco, the Lego Batman movie, The Boss Baby, Ferdinand, Cars 3, Smurfs, The Lost Village, the Lego Ninjago movie, Despicable Me 3, Captain Underpants, the epic first movie, and the Emoji Movie.
All right, so obviously we're going with Smurfs, right?
I was going to vote for the Emoji
I
Movie.
think those first came out this year.
It sure did. Came out with a wet fart too. It was horrible.
So I think for this one, let's just go ahead and announce it's going to win, and we can talk about it.
I'm in love with the Coco. It's so good.
Coco was great.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
It is the best.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
feel free to comment on this one, guys. But we're going to go ahead and give the best animated movie SMAS-IE to Coco.
I will say second place is Lego Batman movie, and nobody saw that. It's
I
so
did.
good.
I
No,
see it.
Yes, I
No,
loved it.
Anthony, you and I went to the theater
Yeah.
together,
We did.
and it surprised me about
It
how
was very
fucking good it
good.
was.
But compared to the other Lego movie.
It's still on par with it. Like
Yeah,
if
and
you're
it's funny in its own way.
if you're a Batman fan, you should see this because there's so many like hidden jokes in there.
Like Robin's one of the best characters in the whole movie.
Like I'm shocked you haven't seen it. It's so good.
Yeah. Let's talk about what didn't make it. Obviously, Emoji Movie never stood a chance.
Yeah, and Brittany
Nope.
Bush said that was the worst.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Brittany, I'm sorry you saw that.
Jake, you saw Captain Underpants and vouched for it.
Yeah, that's my third favorite animated movie this year.
Did anybody see Despicable Me 3?
I did.
And?
Not terrible. I'd better than 2.
Better than 2, only because of Trey Parker. He was amazing in
Yeah,
this.
he was a good villain. It was
He-
that was fun.
He just played like an 80s child actor turned supervillain, and
Sure.
it was good.
Compared to the first one?
I would say it's on par with the first one. The first one is better than the third one,
Yes.
but the third one's close.
And compared to Minions?
We don't talk about Minions. Minions is the worst.
I didn't hate that one.
I own a steelbook for Minions, and I want to throw it away every time I look at it.
Did anybody here or even in the comments see the Ninjago movie for any reason?
No.
It's big with kids.
Yeah, no, I kind of want to see it just because Lego Batman is so good.
Nieces are way into it.
Yeah, my nieces
It's
are way
weird.
into the Ninjago movie, and I get it, but I'm going to give a second thought to.
No, if it ever hits like Hulu or Netflix, I'll watch it because I'm curious. I didn't want to go to theaters to see that one.
There's not even worth talking about the Smurfs.
No.
Anthony, you saw Cars 3 when it came out.
Yeah, that was a turd.
It's just the weakest.
I had to see it because it was on my list. Yeah, no, it was terrible.
And I think the box office reflected that. Because Cars 3 did not well underperformed.
Thank God. Thanks for joining.
Ferdinand never stood a chance. None of
Nope.
us saw that.
No,
No, but I heard it was a good children's book.
Well, fine, but movie though.
Yeah.
John Cena.
John Cena is the big bull. Okay, however, whenever I saw the trailer of him going over that bunny and it going, it was hilarious.
Oh, and it had a poop joke in it too? Whole bunch of pellets?
No, he just falls over. No, that's on par with Kevin Hart's funny. So no, it didn't lower itself to Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart is really good in Captain Underpants. He plays a great 8-year-old.
Well, that's fantastic.
At least he's got something.
He sounds like an 8-year-old all the time.
Yeah.
Fits it perfectly.
Adam, Cars 3 is terrible, and
It was
Danny,
bad.
it was bad just because
It's overstayed its welcome as a series.
Yeah,
No one
it
likes,
was
Owen
pushing
Wilson.
way too far. It's
Wilson.
3 movies for him to start looking at retirement, and then having this gal who was his assistant be his new racer.
We're talking about Cars 3?
Oh, and
Oh, God.
mid-race, she takes over for him. So that's in NASCAR. That's
Spoilers?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Good job.
you guys already talked about Boss Baby on another podcast.
That was a good one.
Underrated?
No.
No.
I would say
underrated. Yes,
Underrated?
It was
Boss
funny.
Baby is way better
It
than it
was
has any right to
funny.
be.
And I can't wait for they're making a second one.
There are
Great.
so many layers to the Boss Baby. It's ridiculous.
It's funny. It's fun. I liked that one, and I was the first one to give it the most crap.
Because it looks stupid as fuck, but it made a ton of money, and it was surprisingly good.
And let's talk about the one that actually won Coco. We've had a whole
no.
podcast about Coco.
Yeah.
But real quick, guys, your own thoughts. Why does Coco deserve to win?
It is that feel-good Disney movie that came out for the year.
Coco is on par with, like, Wall-E for me.
Yeah.
It was good. Top 10.
Yeah. It's definitely top half Pixar movies.
Yeah.
It goes places that I didn't think it would go, and yeah, listen to our podcast about that because we have a lot to say, and it's all positive. It's so good.
So Lane Boss Baby wasn't dumb. I liked that one, but Ferdinand though, come on.
I don't give Ellen Baldwin time of day.
No, Ferdinand has like 3 characters that do the Macarena. Get out of here.
Coming back.
No, it's not.
Okay.
They're trying to, and it's not.
Brittany, you need to watch Boss Baby. It's on Netflix.
It is. It's free.
It's pretty good.
Brent, thoughts on Coco?
Its music did make me want to stab my ears out, like most.
But Coco?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's really good.
So I love Coco's music.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
It was fun.
And we said it before, that Olaf special was before it.
Oh, that was,
And that almost
that was
made all of us want to walk out.
Yeah.
But Coco just
Pretty
like
close.
did a 180 on all of our feelings.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
good.
We all had to man up for that last, 20 minutes of that movie, man. It
that
tugs.
was sad.
Yeah, a little
It tugs
bit.
at those
That was
heartstrings.
A little bit, yeah.
But official best animated movie in Smash-IE is Coco. Go see it. It's definitely worth a
Please,
watch.
yeah.
Our next category is Best Sci-Fi Movie of 2017. Jake.
Yep. Our nominees for Best Sci-Fi Movie are Power Rangers, Blade Runner 2049, Life, War for the Planet of the Apes, Alien Covenant, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
That's one of the better lists we've had.
Yeah, that's
Sci-fi is one of my favorite subjects.
I would say
We know.
I would say the horror list is better than the sci-fi list.
Yeah.
I would this year. I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
too. Or-
Really?
Yeah.
I would say this has by far like the best movie on it. I already know what it is. And I think everybody's gonna know what it is.
Yeah.
There's 3 movies out of there that I care about.
Well, let's go ahead and weed out some bad ones.
All right,
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. We all saw Power Rangers.
We
didn't
did.
we sure did.
Yeah, and it was okay.
It was better than it had any right to be. I went into it, I'm like, why the fuck am I watching this? But I went out, I'm like, that was actually pretty decent.
The Red Ranger is the bad guy in Stranger Things season 2.
Power Rangers was okay up until the end for me. I think the final scene with the robots coming together was not fulfilling enough.
It wasn't, and it didn't last long enough. Yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere because it had to.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Elizabeth Banks was kind of underwhelming as a bad guy.
She was a weird Rita.
Yeah, it was a
Repulsa.
weird.
Yeah.
She didn't
Weird
play
cast.
bad guy.
No, the best part was before they even got their suits, just like all the stuff in high school.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Hi, Riley.
Let's go and weed out Life, right?
Yeah, the only reason why I put it on there, like, it's probably the lowest one on this list for me.
Yeah. Did you guys get a chance to watch Life?
I have not.
You don't need to. Like,
No?
I think I said this before, but this would have been better if it was like a prequel to a Venom movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, there's something that they could have put in here. Like, the villain in Life could have been like a symbiote
Sure.
for Venom.
Let's talk about War for the Planet of the Apes. We all saw this with actually high expectations because most of us appreciate the first and second one.
Well, we went to a triple feature
Oh, that's
of this, remember?
We did.
That was a long
And
day.
that was a long day, but it was really fucking fun because I've never been to a triple feature before in theaters.
Yeah.
So we saw Rise and Dawn back
There's
to
a lot
back.
of factors that played into that overall experience. One of them being 3D.
Yeah.
We just said two 3D movies, which is actually more of a chore than you think it is.
I
For
didn't-
me, it was.
I didn't think it was too bad.
No?
That
Right,
didn't.
but you were hating it.
I like to get wine and dine before I fucked, and I was not either.
Well, the main thing for me is that I wanted a lot more war in my War for the Planet of the Apes,
And it was not.
and this was more like Schindler's List of
Yeah.
Yeah, I like prison escapes.
out of nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
very great
Let me
escape.
get to the viewers here quick. So Bill says Star Wars, no question.
Okay.
Elaine, we put Kong Skull Island in our first category into
For
action.
for action.
The
Um,
argument can be made for sci-fi.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could, and this was one
Easily.
that we kind of debated back and forth on, but
Yep.
it was in our action.
It's funny that you guys said it lacked action, but it's in the action category.
Right?
Yeah.
And then War was such a good Western from Adam.
Okay, sure.
And I want to watch War over again because I don't know if watching both of those Apes movies back to back and then going into a third like deferred me at all from this movie because I think it might have.
Well, I think that just goes to show how bad it is, though, because when you watch the first and second one,
Yeah, the second one still holds up really well.
Right.
And the first one is better than you think.
yeah, it's great.
Well, I think I liked everything about War for the Planet of the Apes up till he gets captured. Some really good scenes.
So like halfway through the movie?
Yeah, some really good mood pieces for that
Yeah.
movie, and then it kind of just becomes stale when it gets to the prison part, which there was no kind of lead into that from the
Yeah.
trailers.
And the the white albino chimp,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
comedic relief one,
oh yeah.
was just not that funny to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's go and jump to the next one, and that is Alien Covenant. While I wanted this movie to be really good,
Yeah.
It did
we
not
all were
coming
pulling for
close
this one.
to expectations.
You were like in big denial when you saw this, John. You're like, oh, this is really good. The first time you saw it.
I still think it's a decent
Yeah.
movie.
It's not.
Oh.
It's not. It's not. The first half is really good. The second half is just more Prometheus garbage. That was bad with
Depends
Prometheus.
if you like Prometheus or not, too.
I like Prometheus.
You can do the fingering.
I can.
Hey, I laughed.
Okay,
so hard.
You're
yeah,
not
but we were the
supposed to.
only ones laughing,
Yeah.
and everyone
Yeah.
was
We are
looking at
immature
us.
fox bred.
That's what made it even better. It's so
I'm
awkward.
not going to contest Alien deserves to be remotely considered, but I think Aliens has never looked better as far as graphics goes. Obviously, because it's a
Yeah.
new movie. Even though he has some really weird scenes, I love Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
He's great. He's still good in this movie.
Yeah.
And some of the deaths in this movie were flat out the goriest Aliens ever had.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Which
Oh.
is something I
That's
don't like to watch, but I still appreciate.
the scene in the field was awesome.
It was really good. Yeah.
So there's definitely
It was
scenes that were in Alien Covenant that were good, but it's not going to come.
Yeah,
this
no,
far.
the first half-
Sci-Fi.
The first half of this movie was really good. It had a really nice build, but then as soon as Michael Fassbender gets introduced, it takes a sharp left turn and it never comes back into being good for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the two hardest ones I think that we got talked about next is being Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And that one is tricky because we hold Star Wars such a high pinnacle of movie experience, and it has such a backlog of movies that we appreciate.
Yeah.
And we're a little more critical on it. But we also got to consider Blade Runner 2049, which is a beast on its own, I would
Mhm.
say. So let's talk about Star Wars first. We've already had our own review podcast on it, and we kind of thought it was average to good. Was our overall scores for that movie?
Yeah.
Talk about it now. Where do you guys feel it lands on your sci-fi thoughts?
This is hard. It's way harder than I thought it would be because Star Wars was such a fun time.
It was.
I enjoyed my experience throughout, but I did the same with Blade Runner 2049, and that
Yeah.
was both are really long movies.
They are really long.
For sure. I could feel the length in Blade Runner more than I could Star Wars, but I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know if that's a deterrent or not.
See, I'm the opposite. I felt the length in The Last Jedi because I would argue the second plot with the Resistance or Rebels was a complete waste. I did not appreciate that plot line at all.
Yeah,
You're talking specifically like Finn.
The out chase scene where they're being chased out, running out of gas.
Yeah,
that whole plot line did nothing for me. I was more interested in the Rey, Luke, and Kylo stuff, which came together in the end. Yeah. But you spent an hour and a half of that movie watching slow drag running out of gas.
Sure.
So as with Blade Runner for me, is very slow pacing of eventual build and how you get there. And I think the ending to Blade Runner sums up everything about that movie experience. Blade Runner for me is on the top 10, so I'm going to argue for Blade Runner for sci-fi.
Okay, I'll piggyback off you. I think the best sci-fi movie is definitely Blade Runner 2049 over Star Wars.
Yeah,
and I went back and forth on this when I made the category, but Blade Runner. It's amazing Blade Runner 2049 even exists.
Yeah.
It really does. It's a sequel to a movie that didn't do well in the box office to begin with.
Right.
And it came back out, it had a huge budget, and it still didn't perform in the box office.
Which is kind of a shame because we all watched it, and there's no doubt that Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, and I forget the other... Batista, and the young actress who's in it, they're all fantastic in that movie.
Everybody's good.
There's not really a bad performance in that movie.
But Anthony will come in and say...
Well, I would argue that if you were to look at sci-fi themes, Star Wars compared to Blade Runner takes itself a lot more seriously than Star Wars was even close to. Star Wars has a lot of comedic relief.
Well, Star Wars is a more fun movie, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it's apples and oranges.
But when I think of sci-fi, like Blade Runner hits about humanity, robots, AI, and emotional experiences. And Star Wars has some of that, but not remotely close to the seriousness of Blade Runner.
Again, I think this is a Dunkirk Baby Driver situation. It's two different types of movies. Like Star Wars is a fun ride throughout. It kind of throws everything out the window and be like, okay, we're going to make our own Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Blade Runner is just like, we're super serious. You have to think about a whole bunch of shit when this is over.
Yeah.
Right? It's two different movies.
Have we all seen Blade Runner and Star Wars just once, correct? Here on this panel?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
What are you guys most interested to see again first?
Star Wars.
So who said what?
I said Blade Runner.
And we both said Star Wars.
Okay.
And I'm voting for Blade Runner because I think it's the better movie.
Okay, I'm voting for Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So I feel like Star Wars to me, I've seen Lord of the Rings trilogy so many times that probably more than two hands worth. And now I'm at the point where I've seen the movie so many times, I skip Sam and Frodo's storyline and I go straight to Legolas and their storyline. And I feel like that's how I'm going to be with Star Wars The Last Jedi. I'll, kind of like John said, I don't want to see the Last of the Rebels storyline anymore. I just want to see Luke and Rey's stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I had a discussion with somebody else, but the more I think about that Leia scene with her floating in space, the more I hate it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I hated it.
It looks bad. It makes me mad when I think about it.
A disrespectful ending for her to float off into space, maybe, but I've been okay with it.
Well, I mean, they can recover her body, but
disrespectful
for her to like Superman it back to the ship, like, come on.
Even would have been inappropriate for like her to float in space and then she's dead because space turds come out frozen.
Okay, that's
Jesus.
Okay.
No, she's dead.
God. So, Brent, your vote's Blade Runner. Anthony, you said...
It doesn't matter.
He said Star Wars.
I said Star Wars.
So, it looks like Blade Runner is taking the SMAS-IE Award for the best sci-fi movie.
But what?
Not a full vote.
All right, let's talk about the subject that we're probably... the next award is Best Comedy.
Yeah.
This is probably the one we're least prepared for, because we didn't see a lot of comedies this year.
Well, no, there weren't a lot of good comedies.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's the problem.
Yeah, Jake, go ahead and read them off.
Our nominees for Best Comedy are Lady Bird, The Disaster Artist, Girls Trip, The Big Sick, and Logan Lucky.
I've seen two on this list, being The Disaster Artist and Logan Lucky. Guys, what have you seen?
I've seen them all.
You seen them all?
Yep.
Okay, Anthony?
Logan Lucky.
I have.
were going to rent Girls Trip, but we didn't. So I've seen Logan Lucky.
Girls Trip was decent. Tiffany Haddish in that movie is amazing.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's good.
Brent, you saw Logan Lucky?
Yeah, that's all I've seen.
Oh, really?
And that's sad.
So audience,
A little bit.
Audience, feel free to weigh in if you saw these movies, if you want to make a case or give us some feedback on those movies, because
Yeah,
we're kind of
please.
going in blind here for the most part, other than Jake's opinion.
Don't let Logan Lucky win.
Yeah, because what are you guys' votes for this?
I think mine's pretty obvious.
Logan Lucky?
Yeah, even though I don't know if it's best comedy. Like, originally I had this in action, as an action movie, but we all decided that it should be moved down to comedy. So if that's the case, I have to vote for Logan Lucky for best comedy.
Bring look offended.
You were going to put Logan Lucky in action?
I was. I don't know. I think of it more as a heist movie. I don't know. That's why that's why we all agree on this stuff together.
Casual golf cart moving. That's action.
Wow. It's a heist movie. When I think of heist movies, I think of action movies.
Adam's saying The Big Sick.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's really good.
The Big Sick is really good. It's just it's not on my top 10, and that surprised me. There were a lot of really good movies that came out this year.
Yeah.
And The Big Sick is probably in my top 20, but not top 10.
Lady Bird was critically acclaimed.
Lady Bird is really good. If Logan Lucky wasn't in here, that would be my pick. Because
Yeah.
Lady Bird has stuck with me longer than I thought it would. Going out of the theater, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's a coming-of-age girls film. Then thinking back about it, and the performances just stuck with me. It's a really good, solid film.
And then we saw The Disaster Artist. Jake and I did. We saw it with co-stars Andy and Riley.
Yeah.
And that movie had to be some circumstances that involved how funny you saw it. The best way we described it was there was a lot of homework to be done before watching The Disaster Artist to really appreciate the comedic elements and kind of storytelling about it.
Yeah, if you have never seen The Room, you won't think The Disaster Artist is as funny as if you actually have seen the movie or read the book, The Disaster Artist. Like, there's just too much to go into liking this movie as, like, a 5-star movie. And that drove me nuts with it.
Yeah, I still found it funny, but I also saw it with a group of people who appreciated everything about The Room, and they were just laughing, and then I appreciated some of the comedy as well. Does it deserve best comedy? I don't think so. James Franco just won an award for it.
Golden Globe.
Yep. But I think it's safe to say, for me, Disaster Artist doesn't cut it.
Okay.
I don't think Logan Lucky is that funny to me either, though. But I wasn't a big fan of Logan Lucky altogether.
But is that the only one you've seen in this category?
Yes, I'm not credible, so I'm handing it over to you guys. Weigh on your thoughts.
Ah, so Logan Lucky wins, eh? I'm alright with it.
Does Adam's vote count?
No.
Because Adam's vote can be my vote.
What did he say?
The
He
Big
said The Big Sick.
The Big Sick is good. I would say The Big Sick is the biggest comedy out of all of these. Because Girls Trip is more... Girls Trip is a comedy too, but I definitely liked The Big Sick better than Girls Trip.
Yeah, any of these movies you laugh out loud to?
I mean, there were some parts in Logan Lucky that we laughed at.
Yeah.
We laughed at. All of us did.
We did? What?
You loved Daniel Craig in that, and he had some very funny parts.
Joe Bang!
That was the only funny part.
Well, there you go. There's the best comedy. Still, that's what I'm voting for.
Yeah. Is that what we're going to go with?
Yep.
I think we have to, based off of what you guys have seen.
Logan Lucky. All right, there it is.
Petty folks.
Logan Lucky, best comedy. SMAS-IE.
SMAS-IE Awards.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's go ahead and knock out the worst movie of 2017, because there were some real turds this year.
Yeah.
Jake, why don't you throw out those turds?
Nominees for worst movie of 2017. We didn't watch a lot, but goddamn, there were some bad
I
ones.
saw 3 out of the 4.
Yeah. The nominees are Chips, Mother, The Mummy, and Transformers: The Last Night.
So we just saw The Mummy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw all these except for Mother. And
Yeah,
I'm
why is
so
that?
glad I didn't see Mother. Well, I'll explain why I saw Transformers and Chips. We were having a bad movie night, and we were tasked with finding the worst movie of that year.
Friend of the show, Kevin Jensen, was hosting.
So I brought Chips, and it lived up, and I think I won for the night because it was terrible.
Yeah, why
Like
did
the
we
same
watch all of that?
funny
I don't know.
fart jokes.
Still
and
hate myself.
It made me
dick
so mad.
jokes. And,
You see the mom off Malcolm in the Middle's tits.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
It's
bad.
so bad.
Yeah, no. And then I saw Transformers last night because it was on my top 10 grossing films of
Mark
the year.
Wahlberg turning into a Transformer is amazing.
I told you about that. That was the worst part. I guess I'm a Transformer.
I think I just became a Transformer.
I'm just trying to be a Transformer.
Based on what I've seen, the Mummy is so back to how serious it wants to be, and it's not.
Yeah.
It is not good.
That might be the worst just because it tried to start a whole universe and failed.
It failed horribly.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a bad one, though. And Elaine, you're right. The Mummy dragged on forever.
Yeah.
It never ended. Same with Chips, though, and Chips was only
Chips
90
was
minutes.
Bad.
Chips would
That
not
was
end.
painful.
Was
to
Chips,
get
I
through.
feel like was Chips funny though?
No.
Not remotely.
No. One fart joke the very first time. But
And
when
it's-
you do it 80 more times, it's not funny.
I don't know. John likes fart jokes a lot.
Nick Pena?
No,
Michael
it's
Pena?
Dak Shepard.
No,
Dax Shepard and Michael Pena.
yeah, Michael Pena.
Oh,
that guy.
that's it.
I actually like that actor. And this brought it down.
This
Yeah.
is,
So is it the
this
worst
is
movie?
lowest work.
Is it the worst movie of 2017 because of how much it offended you guys, or just because how it's the worst movie because of just how bad it makes sense?
I'm pissed that we even had a bad movie night. Like, that was just garbage.
What if
I like it because I wanted to see Chips, and I'm glad I saw it with other people because I knew if I would have saw it, I wouldn't have watched the entire fucking thing.
Jake, which one was a bigger waste of your time? Chips, Mother, or The Mummy?
We haven't talked about Mother yet because nobody else has seen it but me. But I've seen Mother on people's top 10 list this year, and that really pisses me off because Mother thinks way too highly of itself. It's like an art movie, and I like Darren Aronofsky a lot, but he thinks this shit doesn't stink. I'll just say that, and he tries to throw a lot into this movie. And there's like 5 interpretations that I've seen online. They're like, oh, this is about like Mother Earth, or this is about like paparazzi and the fame. I'm just like, this is stupid. And I don't want to watch any part of this. I was mad when I kept on watching
But
it.
having seen most of these movies, is it worse than The Mummy or Chips?
Mother is my biggest disappointment of the year. I would say Chips is the worst movie.
No, it's the worst.
I would
hands
rather be
down.
on the stool for 90 minutes than watch that again.
Chips is so bad.
No, I will never watch it. If it's on TV, I will change to anything else.
That bad, huh?
Man.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we gotta go with that then.
I'd rather watch like 90 minutes of infomercials than...
It was pretty
Like
bad.
that.
It was pretty bad.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give the SMAS-IE Award for Worst Movie 2017 to Chips.
If you don't
Only
believe us-
award it's going to win this year.
You can go watch it, but you'll hate your life.